Alright, this video today is about regrooving tires. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take what they would call a regrooving tool, and I am going to take this tire right here. As you can see, it's pretty wore, and I'm going to make it look like these tires. As you can see, plenty of grip. So, if you'll excuse the camera movement here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, you're probably not going to be able to see it, it's not going to focus clear, depth gauge. I'm going to show you, you just stick it down into the groove, run it down, and I'm sitting on about 3/32. Can't see it. And what I'm going to do is if I can get my tripod to do right, is I'm going to make this tire over here, which right now I'm sitting on about 10/32. So I picked up, roughly 7 to 8/32 worth of rubber, and DOT specs says the rear can go down to 2/32. But as we all know, DOT looks for things like this, so we're going to make sure that he sees plenty of grip on the tire. Okay. I don't advise anybody to do this at home, because this is very, very dangerous to do, especially with the tire mounted on the rim with 120 psi air in it. I've done 2 of them today. I've already got my gauge set how deep I want it, and I'm just going to show you how I do the regrooving on my own tires. So usually what I got right now, I've got the brakes set, but usually I've got the brakes released where I can spin the tire, but just for video purposes, plus I just got back out here, I've got the brakes locked. But anyway, let your heat gun warm up, get good and hot, pick you a spot, and just follow the groove. What it does is it heats up that little U, and it actually just burns the rubber out of the tire. So, and as a lot of you know, especially you owner operators, you know that these tires are not cheap. A cheap tire, and when I mean cheap tire, I mean not a Michelin, not a Goodyear. A cheap tire is going to run you anywhere from $300 to $450 depending on where you get them from. And today's tires, 99% of tires out here today are regroovable. They do say on the side of the tire they are regroovable. So it allows you to get a little bit more tread life out of the tire. So anyway, we made that first pass. And like I said, you want to make sure your tool's good and hot, that way it burns that rubber out. And you just follow the tread pattern. And you can put any tread pattern you want in them. Always just like following the tread pattern that's there, just because you don't want to really throw the tire out of balance too bad by moving rubber here, moving rubber there. So I try to keep the pattern the same. And then what you'll do is, what I do is I always just come in here and catch my little side grooves. Just cut them out. And like I said, as an owner-operator, you're responsible for your own tires. So when you got to fork out $350 for a tire, when you can just take your tires that you've got on there, if you've got time, and like I said, I've only got one truck, so I've got plenty of time to do this myself. It takes me to do all 8 on the rear. I mean, very seldom do you ever have to do all 8 on the rear. Your rear tires always wear out, but if you rotate them out, usually you're going to get about the same wear pattern on them. Usually it takes me, taking my time, takes me all day to do the ones on the back. So ain't no big deal. You get bored around the house, ain't got nothing to do. Right now it's fixing to be December down here in Georgia, and work's slowing down just a little bit. My bees really ain't doing much of nothing, so figured I'd come out here and do a little maintenance to the truck. There. Now I'll do the whole tire eventually, but I want to show you just that little bit of, and like I said, I didn't go in much, but we was sitting on about 3/32 worth of rubber. We'll just find a decent little spot here. Run it down. Now I'm sitting on about 8/32, so I've gained 5/32 of rubber on that tire. Now me personally, I only run new tires on the front. I do not run new tires on the back of my dump truck because of the fact that you spend $400 for a tire. Time you get through taxes and all that, you're going to have $450 in a tire. You run off and it blows, or you run over something, gash the side of it, you can't fix that. So, you know, makes you sick to your stomach that you done run over a piece of metal, or and you can look at the truck, how dirty it is. We go off-road a lot. So, you know, you blow a $450 tire, just makes you sick to your stomach. So what I do is I've got a couple of buddies of mine, they're in the tire business, and what I do is I buy used tires from him, and I usually on average give about $35 a tire. I only buy the tires that he's actually going to send to the recapping place. They pay him $35 a tire for his tires, as long as the casings are good. I just give them the $35, and then I come home and regroove them, put them on the truck when I need them, and I get, on average, I'm just going to be honest, and many of you drivers probably going to say I'm full of shit, but on average, I get about 9 months out of these tires. I'm going to regroove this tire, and I promise you in 9 months, as long as this tire don't blow, or if I don't have to take it off, in 9 months, this tire is going to be on this truck. Keep them rotated out. Like I said, just that little bit. Now, I'll eventually do all the way around the tire. I've got 2 more over there I've got to do. And, you know, you're going to get 9 months to a year. Now, you think, a brand new tire you're going to wear off in the first 6 to 9 months, half of your rubber on a brand new tire is gone. That's just the way they work. The newer the tire, the more it wears the rubber off the tire. As that tire goes along, it gets a little bit lower, gets a little bit harder. It actually does not wear as much as a brand new tire. So I take these tires, used, regroove them. I'm getting close to a year out of them. And so for what I can spend on one brand new tire, I put all 8 on the back of my truck. And all I got to do is regroove them. So like I said, I just want to do this little quick video. I know, you know, nowadays most people just are not going to regroove the tire, but I learned from my uncle and my dad. I'm old school. When you can turn around and regroove this tire and get another year out of it versus taking them off and then having to pay another $400 for this tire, the man that took them off or whatever, you know, then you got to pay to dispose of them if you do it yourself. If somebody does it, they're going to take that tire and they're going to send them off to the recapping place, and they're going to make a little bit of money off that tire. So why not just regroove the tire, save yourself a little bit of money, and it all works for you. So like I said, just a little quick video on how to regroove tires. Like I said, I don't advise anybody to do this. Do not go out and say, well, James from the YouTube video said to do it. No, I'm not saying that. If you regroove your own tires, you do it at your own risk. Everybody knows that even a brand new tire can blow, so just be careful. This little tool right here is a tool that my uncle gave me before he passed when I started driving this truck to save me a little bit of money. Now, I do not regroove my front tires. Yeah, you can. They are regroovable, but the DOT really does frown when you start messing around with your front tires. So the rear tires are not so big on. So anyway, that's how I do it. Save me a little bit of money. Like I said, 400, 4 times 8 is $3,200. So you put 8 brand new tires on the back of this truck, it's $3,200. I spend less than $400 and get all 8 of them, spend a day regrooving, and I get a year's worth of running. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you like, leave a comment, hit me a like, subscribe to the channel, it'd be great. If you don't, it ain't no big deal. I'm not doing this to get subscribers. I'm doing it just to show people that you can actually regroove your own tires. You don't have to send them off. Anyway, God bless. Y'all be safe.